Hello, I'm glad you're watching this video. In this video today we are working on day 5 of Advent of Code 2022, and just before starting I wanted to say thank you very much and welcome to all the new subscribers. I think 2 days ago we were below 500, so yeah, that's a small milestone, but I'm really happy we've passed 500 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, join us. Subscribe already and join the group. You know what? I think it's a good time to get started. Like every day we copy paste the example inside our local text file. Oh, this is gonna be fancy. And we start with fixing the input. So today we have something that's going to be a bit tricky to parse. We have some stacks here and we have some rules to follow to move around the crates that are on each stack. So first of all, we want to understand what's happening here, because this is just a bunch of characters and we want to make sense of this data. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna have lines here and we're gonna say const stacks and moves lines that split with a double line return. We're gonna be doing a lot of console logs just to make sure we are moving in the right direction. No, day 05.mjs. Okay, we have something that looks correct. So moves, I think, is going to be quite straightforward to parse this data. We need to check if this is just one digit always, or if there could be multiple digits. So that's always good to check here in there. Okay, so here, if you're like coding that, be careful, it's not always just one digit, it can be multiple digits. Up to 2 digits, I believe. Yeah, there won't be 3 digits. So yeah, regular expression it's gonna be for the second one. For the first one, we have like columns of values. So I think we're going to do something a bit fancy. Let's do that right away. So here, stacks, actually, let's just do a console log with this stacks. I think what I'd like to do, first of all, we need to split with the line return. I almost forgot this part, because yeah, that's what we want. And here we can map, and for each line, what do we want to do? What I was thinking about is that we could just take the values that are on this column. Basically, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 character. So, and this is always like these 4 characters repeat. There is something we don't care about, something we care about, and then 2 characters we don't care about here. And then it repeats again. So we have a loop with 4 values. So what we can do here in the line, we're actually gonna transform the string into an array of characters, and we're gonna filter this. We're gonna filter with the value and the index. Let me, oh, this is gonna be long. This is gonna be one long line. So let's maybe make a line return somewhere here. So okay, let's make some line returns, because otherwise it's going to be too complex to really understand what's happening. So here we have the full stacks, like this full thing. Then we split with the line return. So now we have each line. Then for a line, we make it an array of characters. So this is an array of characters now. And now we need to only take the characters we we know that there is a pattern with 4 values, something we don't care about, something we care about, 2 things we don't care about, and what we care about is at the position 1. So if this is equal to 1, then we return the character, otherwise we just remove the character. And I believe, oh, I made a mistake, oh yeah, this is index here. I usually use I, but index is a bit more, it's a bit clearer. Let's see, D space. Okay, so there is a problem here, because here there should be already a space here. It should be space D space. I think everything looks right, except on the first line, we should have a space, a D, and a space. And for some reason, we just have the D here. So I think I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna make this a test case, kind of. I'm gonna copy paste this, and we're gonna use this, oops. Okay, so this is how it looks like, and then if we use this, okay, it gives us the right thing, space D space. So I know what's happening. This trim here is just like bad news, because the trim here is gonna remove all the characters here. That's a funny thing. So trim here, we don't want to trim the beginning of the string. So we can still trim, what is it, trim end? We can trim end, but we should not trim the beginning of the string, because we are going to remove these characters, and that would be a sad thing that would break all our parsing. Okay, now we have the right thing. So this already is going to be a lot simpler to parse than what we had here. We still have some work to do, and we're going to do it now. So we're going to say const indexes, and we're going to, okay, so this we need to store it somewhere. Const parsed stacks. Okay. Here we're going to say, actually we're going to rename this, we're going to say row stacks, so that maybe we can use the word stacks and the word move in the next steps to store our final results. So the parsed stacks, this is just the same thing. Oops, part 1. What did I do? Oh, I usually do that. I start a line and I forgot I started it. Okay, so indexes is going to be the last line of parsed stacks. Parsed stacks dot pop. Actually, we can already start using some method like that. So up here, I'm going to say parsed stacks and indexes. Okay, so here we'll remove the last array, which gives us the indexes, and we have all the values here. So now we can go through all the parsed stacks. So here we're going to say const stacks. It's going to be an object, I believe. I think that would be simpler like that. Now we go through each parsed stacks. Actually, for off. Let's do a little for off. Line parsed stacks, and then another for of actually we need to do for normal for loop here to have the index line. Okay, so here we have this value, for example. We say if line of I is not a space, then we can do something with it, which is we need to add it to the top of the stack. So here we're gonna, the one thing that I want to say, in JavaScript, there is one way to represent the stack, which is the same way that we use to represent a queue, which is an array. When you use, in order to use a stack, an array as a stack, you need to use .pop and .push to push add something to a stack, and pop removes it from the stack. But here we have the first value is the top of the stack. So we need to enqueue it on the other end of the stack. Basically, if I show you what's happening for the first stack here, we push n on top of the stack, then we push z on top of the stack, or we could reverse the stack at the end. That's also an option. But what I want to do is we're gonna shift. We're gonna use shift, which is an option to put something at the bottom of the stack, which is a bit weird, but yeah, that works. So here we know we need to add line I to the stack indexes of I. So if stacks of indexes of I doesn't exist yet, we have to create it. And we create a stack, which is, as I was saying, an empty array. That's a stack. Now we need to push this value line I on the stack. And if we do this, as I was telling you, we would have a reversed stack in the end. So we need to use unshift, I believe, which push an array at which add an element at the beginning of the array. So if we display now the stacks, let's see how it looks like. We have 1, which is Z and N, 2 that is M, C, D, and 3 it's P. So this is working exactly as we want. So this is good. I love when we go slowly but surely. Next step is to parse the moves here. So with this, I think we can just use a regular expression here. How do we do that? It's gonna be just, we parse, you know what, we're just gonna do it like that. And here we're gonna say we want to capture a number that has several digits. Same here and same here. This is the regular expression. And I always forgot if match, no. Let's start. We know the row moves is what we care about. And we know we want to row moves that split with a line return. Let's comment out the regular expression for now and check the row moves, what we have. Yeah, we have the right thing here. So here we're gonna say const moves. This is an array. We're gonna do for of move of row moves that split. And here, actually, you know what? Here, that map. I'm going to do the splitting here. That's just going to be cleaner later on. We can remove the split here and we can remove the split here. So what I've done is I'm splitting the lines here. So row moves and row stacks are already split line by line. And here for each move, let's just log the move. We'll go slowly, as I was saying, because yesterday I made a couple of mistakes. And today I don't want to repeat that. I want to nail this on the first try. That's the challenge. So we have this. So we can say move.match and we're gonna log that, because I never know how to extract all the values from an array. Move the match. Is it match all? Is it exec? That exec on the move? I never know. I need to look into that. Okay, that's the right thing here. That's what I wanted to have. I wanted to have an array with the 3 values. Yeah, that's good. So here, match is equal to that. Now we can moves.push from, and this is match of, let's do parse int from 1 to 2 and count. So how many do we want to move? It's parse int match 0. Let's look into now we need to display, we just need to display moves now, not a number. Oh no, sorry. So this is the total, so it's at 1, 2 and 3, because the first value in match is the actual the full string. So we don't care about that. We want the parentheses that are capturing group that extract the specific value. So we want the first capturing group, which is this one, the second and the third. That should be the right thing. Okay, so if we look here, we have from 1 to 1, yeah, we have the right values, so we are good. Finally, we have all the data that we care about inside stacks and moves. So now we can do the simulation actually, and we're gonna create something that's gonna be called play move, and the stacks and the moves, and a move, one move. So first of all, I would like to local stacks. I'm just gonna be doing a deep copy of stacks, so that to make sure we always have the original data in stacks, because we're going to be moving the stacks around, so it's good to have a copy, so when we do part 2 we still have the original data inside stacks. We are like very careful today, as you can see. So here we're going to say moves dot we can do for of actually move of moves, and we do play. Oh no, wait, we are doing play move. Sorry, I'm doing that at the wrong part. I want to do that inside part 1. For each move we play move the local stacks and move. And here what's happening? We have a move, so we do a for loop I between I and move.count, because we need to do several times this move, and what we do is we do stacks of move.from.pop const crate. This is the crate that we take from one stack and we push it on the other stack, which is stacks.move.to. And here we can push the crate on top of the stack. So here what we can do is after each move, we display local stacks so that we see, that's a very ugly way to display things, but with that, we can see at the end, we have CM PDNZ. PDNZ. Yeah, that's correct. That is correct. This is the end result that we're looking for. So yeah, I think because we've been so careful, it looks like we have the right data, but let's extract it actually. So here we need to go through each stacks. So here we're gonna use indexes, indexes.map value, and we want the local stacks of value, and we want the latest thing. So here I'm gonna actually do that in several times. Const stack, the stack is this one, and we return stack dot length -1. So basically we return the last element of the stack. One thing we need to be careful is when there is an empty value. So that's actually something I'd like to see here. What do we do if there is no value at the end? Let's just suppose that there is always at least one crate in each stack. Because if there is not one crate in each stack, this would fail, and I don't know exactly what's the state that we are expecting in that case. So let's see here, we can actually join this to have a string. We join with an empty string to just stick all the characters together, and we have CMZ. That is the right value. Now we're going to take the full puzzle input, and we're going to paste that, and we're going to see, is it working, is it exploding? We have like a string. It's hard to say if this is correct or not. We can't really guess it, so we're just going to paste it right away. It feels good. We are back on track. Let's go to part 2. I'm going to read that, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, this is actually a really clear problem statement. I really like that. So here what's happening is we have a different scenario when there is several crates that are moved at the same time. Usually when two crates are moved at the same time, we just move the first crate and then move the second one. Whereas here in this scenario, we can move several crates at the same time. So let's go back here to our input to just undo to get the first example. And here actually we're gonna play move, we're gonna inline it here. So here this is move, and the stacks here is local stacks. So what I'm doing is that I'm putting the code back here. It still gives us the same thing, and I don't like it. Wait, let me just make sure this is giving us the same data for the full input. Yeah. That's good. I don't want to break something. And the reason is that we're just going to copy paste that in part 2 here, and we just have to change this here. So there are several ways to do that. How do we want to do that on our end? I think we are gonna use the slice method. I need to look into that for a second. Let me look into that. Okay, I've been looking into slice, but actually it's splice that we care about. Splice is going to be the way with a index where we start and when we can delete several things, and that returns the deleted items from the original array. So I think this is going to be the right stuff. So here we're going to say crates. So actually we don't need the for loops anymore. The crates is going to be local, still the same stack. And here we need to remove from the end of the array several things. So I think I'm just going to try something, 1, 2, 3, 4. Splice the last element. How does it work? I don't know. Oh, so minus. Okay, that's interesting. If I want to remove the last two elements, I just need to do that. Okay. -1, 1. This is the latest element. -2, 2. Okay. Okay, we're going to be doing that. So here we need to do splice minus moves.count and moves.count. So we're going to be doing console log crates here. We are displaying all the crates that we remove. And then here we need to add them back. So here I'm just going to do a concat. That's simple. I don't want to mess with the splice function for this one. Let's see what's happening. Okay, so here we're already debugging line by line. Okay, so this looks like this is not working. Splice. Let's say here we console log move. We have this move creates this splice function with -1 and 1 is not working for some reason on the array. You know what? I want to really understand what's happening. So we have this array and we do dot splice -1, 1. This should be returning D. Be very nice. And for some reason, this is returning an empty array. So we are removing data correctly. Oh, this is annoying. We are removing the data correctly, but we are not getting it back. What if I remove here this? Okay. I don't understand exactly what's happening here. So we have this array. If we do dot splice -1, 1. Let's just make sure we have the right value. Oh, look at that. Moves.count is not a number and then it's undefined. That's interesting. Moves. So this is a typical error. I'm using moves with an S instead of just move. So that's the danger of having a singular and plural, is that sometimes you use the plural and it's really hard to see what's happening. So here I am using, okay, the right values now. That was crazy. So I should have kept the move here. We remove D and we add it to this. here 3, we remove those 3 things and we add it in the same order. Okay, that looks good. So we're just gonna remove all this. So you see, like, this was quite challenging to reflect about, but it's just 2 lines that are changed from the previous parem statement. So hopefully we are correct. What is it? M, C, D, we are correct here. Let's take the full input for the full solution. Let's see, are we right? Ooh, boom, boom, boom. We have it. Thank you very much for following this series. One more time, if you haven't, drop a like, subscribe, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.